Friends, I'm Rajanikant. Welcome you to my YouTube channel Sumant Digital English tutorial videos. Dear friends, today I'm going to dictate the questions from the textbook for the class 12th from the book Flamingo, and name of the chapter is Deep Water, penned by William O. Douglas. So first, questions from Think As You Read. First question: what is the misadventure that William Douglas speaks about? There is its answer. William O. Douglas had just learned swimming. One day, an 18-year-old big bruiser picked him up and tossed him into the 9 feet deep end of the YMCA pool. He hit the wave surface in a sitting position. He swallowed water and went at once to the bottom. He nearly died in this misadventure. Question 2. What were the series of emotions and fear that Douglas experienced when he was thrown into the pool? What plans did he make to come to the surface? Its answer. Douglas was frightened when he was thrown into the pool. However, he was not frightened out of his wits. While sinking down, he made a plan. He would make a big jump when his feet hit the bottom. He would come to the surface like a cork, lie flat on it, and paddle to the edge of the pool. Question 3. How did this experience affect him? Its answer. This experience revived his aversion to water. He shook when he lay on his bed. He couldn't eat that night. For many days, there was a haunting fear in his heart. The slightest exertion upset him, making him wobbly in the knees and sick to the stomach. He never went back to the pool. He feared water and avoided it whenever he could. Think as you read question 1. Why was Douglas determined to get over his fear of water? Its answer. His fear of water ruined his fishing trips. It deprived him of the joy of concealing boating and swimming. Douglas used every way he knew to overcome the fear he had developed since childhood. Even as an adult, it held him firmly in its grip. He determined to get an instructor and learn swimming to get over this fear of water. Question 2. How did the instructor build a swimmer out of Douglas? Its answer. The instructor built a swimmer out of Douglas, piece by piece. For 3 months, he held him high on a rope attached to his belt. He went back and forth across the pool. Panic seized the author every time. The instructor taught Douglas to put his face underwater and exhale, and to raise his nose and inhale. Then Douglas had to kick with his legs for many weeks till these revealed. After 7 months, the instructor told him to swim the length of the pool. Question 3. How did Douglas make sure that he conquered the old terror? Douglas still felt terror-stricken when he was alone in the pool. The remnants of the old terror would return, but he would rebuke it and go for another length of the pool. He was still not satisfied. So he went to the lake, went forth in New Hampshire, dived off a dock at Trix Island and swam 2 miles across the lake. He had his residual doubts, so he went to Mad Glacier, dived into Warm Lake and swam across to the other shore and back. Thus he made sure that he had conquered the old terror. Now understanding the text. Question 1. How does Douglas make clear to the reader the sense of panic that gripped him as he almost drowned? Describe the details that have made description vivid. Dear guys, its answer. Douglas gives a detailed account of his feeling and efforts to save himself from getting drowned. He uses literary device to make the description graphic and vivid. For example, those 9 feet were more like 90. My lungs were ready to burst. I came up slowly. Then I opened my eyes and saw nothing but water. I grew panically. I was suffocating. I tried to yell, but no sound came out. Question 2. How did Douglas overcome his fear of water? Its answer. When Douglas grew up, he took the help of an instructor to learn swimming. His training went on from October to April. For 3 months, he was taken across the pool with the help of a rope. As he went under, terror filled him and his legs froze. The instructor taught him to inhale under the water. The instructor taught him to exhale under the water and inhale through the raised nose. He made him kick his legs to make them relax. Then he asked him to swim. He continued swimming from April to July till all the terror had not left. He swam 2 miles across the lake Wentworth and the whole length to the shore and back of Warm Lake. Then he overcame his fear of water. Question 3. Why does Douglas, as an adult, recount childhood experience of terror and his conquering it? What larger meaning does he draw from his experience? The experience of terror was a handicap Douglas suffered from during his childhood. His conquering of it shows his determination, willpower, and development of his personality. He drew a larger meaning from this experience. In death, there is peace. There is terror only in the fear of death. He had experienced both the sensation of dying and the terror of fear of it can produce. So, he will to live somehow grew in intensity. He felt released, free to walk the mountain paths, climb the peaks, and brush aside the fear. Now talking about the text. Question 1. All eyes have to fear is fear itself. Have you ever had a fear that you have now overcome? Share your experience with your partner. I must have been about 8 or 9 years old. It was the night of Diwali. All the houses were shining bright with the rows of candles, oil lamps, and electric bulbs. Children were bursting crackers. Suddenly a cracker went up and hit the thatched roof of a poor gardener. Soon the hut was in flames. His only son, a tiny infant, had severe burns before he could be rescued. I began to tremble with fear as the police questioned the boys exploding crackers. From then on, I had a fear of crackers, fire, and police. My parents and I had to work very hard to remove this blemish. It was adversely affecting my personality. By learning the safeguards against and safe handling of crackers, I gradually overcame my fear. However, I still get panicked at the sight of a policeman in its uniform. The fear of police reminded now. My uncle came to my rescue. He got me dressed as a police inspector in one of his plays. I commanded many policemen and scolded them for misbehaving with the common people. I learned that policemen were also humans and not demons. Police protect and help us to maintain law and order. Thank God I have overcome all my fears now. Question 2. Find and narrate other stories about the conquest of fear and what people have said about courage. For example, you can recall Nelson Mandela's struggle for freedom, his perseverance to achieve his mission to liberate the oppressed and oppressor as depicted in his autobiography. The story were not afraid to die, which you have read in class 11th, is an apt example of how courage and optimism helped a family survive under the direst stress. Dear guys, its answer. In his autobiography, Long Walk to Freedom, Nelson Mandela tells the extraordinary story of his life. He brings vividly to life and escalating political warfare in the 50s between the African National Congress and the government, culminating in his dramatic escapades as an underground leader and the notorious Rivonia trial of 1964, at which he was sentenced to life imprisoned. He recounts surprisingly eventful 27 years in the prison and the complex, delicate negotiations that led both of his freedom and to the beginning of the end of apartheid. Mandela also struggled against the exploitation of labor and on the segregation of the universities. He preached to achieve his mission and to liberate the oppressed and the oppressors. In 1990, he was freed from the prison. The apartheid law were relaxed. Mandela became the champion for human rights and racial equality. He also became the first non-white president of Republic of South Africa. Dear guys, hope you must have liked this video. In order to get the notifications of more videos, please hit the bell icon and do press the like button if you have liked it. Don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching. Bye.